welcome to the Femme Spot. It's your girl Essence behind this Femme Spot sign.
This is Jasmine.
And it's Victoria.
Hey.
And today, our theme is the X Factor.
You really gotta get that down.
Let's try it one more time. All right, 1, 2.
The X Factor.
Yep. There we go.
And what does that mean, ladies?
It's all about exes, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, ex-kind of boyfriends,
Ex-friends,
ex-friends.
X stands
friends
for
with
exit.
benefits. Yeah.
Let's get right into it. Now, let's talk about breaking up with an ex.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any like brutal breakup stories with how you've broken up with an ex?
I don't have a brutal breakup story. Well, I have a couple. I mean, my first boyfriend, I broke up with him via text message just because I didn't want to see him and I didn't want to call him.
How old were you? Because that's the one that matters.
I was like 14.
Okay, you get a pass.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I just didn't want to see him and he lived way too far, whatever. Also, I broke up with another person over text message, but this was like when I was 21, just because I didn't want to see him either. And I was just like, listen, you're too nice to me. Like, it was just, I don't know, he was too obsessed with me. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, you text me too much. And he's like, I could have just not texted you. You could have just said that. And I was like, no, I just don't want to talk to you at all. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you at all anymore. I'm sorry.
I only have like 2 boyfriends that actually count. So my first real boyfriend, how we broke up, is crazy because I've been broke up with him in my head long before we actually broke up. To me, I was like, all the crap you're doing, we're over, right?
Yeah.
How it came out to his friends was I was at the mall with my ex-friend from college. She was crazy. I had to dump her. And I'm like, oh, that's my ex. So I go over and say hi. He was it was my semi-ex or whatever at the time, and he's with all his friends. So I was like, okay, talking, da-da-da, all right, I have to go now. He wants to sit and show up, like, asking me where you're going, like he's keeping tabs. I'm like, oh, don't do that, don't do it.
No,
and he's like, I'm going to the movies, and he tries to, like, keep tabs on me and ask me, well, like, who are you going with? Like, I'm like, oh, you're going to really do that in front of your friends now? Okay. And I told him, I was like, you don't know him. And that's how it's up.
Oh my
like,
God.
why would you do that to yourself?
You don't know him.
Set it up. You set yourself up. And then that's how all his friends knew, oh, you've been lying. Like, you guys really broke up. Yeah, things are not good, man. Like, come on.
Like, dang.
When I was
look stupid.
I was with the same guy for 6 years. The first time we broke up, I was 18 years old. I didn't know how to go about it. I was really immature. So in my mind, I'm just like, honestly, like, I have to get him when he's comfortable. And I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I slept with him, and then immediately after, like, post-coitus, we're laying there, and I was like, it's really not working out for me. I'm so sorry. It's really not working out.
Is that leaving on a good note, though?
I thought it would be leaving on a good note. I'm sorry, let me fix this.
It's okay.
We're
real here.
On a good note, and he literally, he didn't take it so well.
Clearly.
Yeah, and the second time we broke up, which is more recently, we had gone out to eat with friends, and my friends knew I was breaking up with him, and I told him, like, look, we need to go home, and because we live together, we need to go home and to talk to you, it's really important. He's like, okay. He stops, and he's like, do you want anything from 7-Eleven? And me, being the opportunist, I'm just like, yeah, I'll take some
You said the opportunist?
Yeah, I'll take some candy. He buys me a whole bag of candy, and I'm like, good. You know, I need some sugar and stuff. I need some sugar for this conversation. We're sitting there in my room eating sour worms and whatever, and I was like, I have to tell you something. And he's just like, uh-oh. And I was like, it's going to be something really bad. Like, I'm really sorry about this. I was like, it's like, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Oh my gosh. Wait, have you guys ever been in love?
Yes,
Like,
we were. For a very long time, yes.
Oh my gosh. I remember,
What happened? Like, how did he take
How did
that?
you get to that point? How did you let it go?
He was emotional and he cried and he wouldn't leave my room for like 30 minutes, and then afterwards I was like,
go.
I was just like, I need my own space to be sad. Like, I need you to go.
You're hilarious how you do this.
No, because I do need my own space to feel sad. I
true.
ended a relationship.
And it's like, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah, so I guess I'm a little bit savage when it comes to dumping people. I don't really know how to.
It's not an easy thing. I mean, I've been dumped, like, in public before. It's really terrible.
Oh my god.
I didn't go, like, okay, it was at a Dunkin' Donuts. It was by my house, right?
No.
And I got there, like, 20 minutes earlier. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, dang, like, I'm going to get broken up with. Like, I just have to look as sad as possible right now. Like, I couldn't help it. I was just looking so sad, and I was like, I might as well look sad, because, like, everybody knows that I'm getting broken up with in this Dunkin' Donuts right now.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
yeah, I couldn't go back there for, like, a year. Like, And literally, like, it was just so, and like, I had like a chapstick, like, and I was just very nervous. When I'm nervous, like, I like move, I try to like just tick or whatever. And while he's talking to me, I have my chapstick like under the table, and I'm like clicking it open and close because I just, like, I don't really want to be there, but I know I have to be there. And he thought that I was texting. He thought that I was texting on my phone while I was crying and like, flicking this chapstick.
Come pick me up.
Yeah, and I was like, and he didn't even drive me home. So I had to walk home.
I would never put up with that. I'm glad.
It was literally.
I'm so sorry. I don't want this awful.
That just reminded me of this time when I was younger. I dated this guy, but it was like long distance from like.
Oh no.
No, it wasn't even like a different state or anything. He just lived different towns away, but we were younger, so who's gonna drive me to see him?
Yeah, that's basically.
I don't even know why we dated. I think he found me on MySpace or something.
Oh my god, the MySpace romances.
Yeah, and I posted a picture of how I don't even really dress. Like, I don't wear Jordans, but the picture I was wearing Jordans and stuff. And so how am I gonna keep that persona up? That's not even me. Anyway, so it was horrible. He broke with me on text in the car, and I had to act like I was sad. So I think I shed a tear with my friends just so they could baby me, but I really did not care. A whole tear. I was like, I think I'm supposed to be sad right now, and I shed a tear.
Oh my gosh.
So let's talk about sex with your ex.
Never a good idea ever.
Yeah, don't do that. Why would you do that?
I made that mistake a couple times. Actually, I had an ex who told me he got jumped, so I went to go check on him to see, because it's so sad. I want to make sure you're all right. It's awful. And it ended up into being a situation where we did do the deed, and it was an awful, I just want to say, because I am on cable TV and, you know, my family is watching, so I don't want to gross you out, but it was the most uncomfortable 58 seconds of my life.
That's so weird.
58 seconds. Oh
why was it like,
how did you know the time? Like,
it was because it was that awful. I was counting the seconds in my head.
Oh my god.
I was just like 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. I was drenched in sweat. It was really gross. But you know what though? I feel thank God nobody saw me. I went to his dorm. I was wearing, you know, my baseball cap, my sunglasses.
Gotta keep it discreet.
He's just like, why do you look so like you don't want? I'm like, 'cause I don't want.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm like, you know what? Afterwards, I was just like, if I have to come here in disguise, and I'm not even famous, like, this is a bad idea.
Let me tell you, that's why I always say, if it rhymes, it's probably true. I'm just weird like that. Sex with ex, no.
I mean, literally, I made a promise to myself when I was 13. And I never like wanted him back, you know what I mean? Like I always said to myself, like, listen, like, don't ever like go back to your exes. Like, I don't know why this was so poignant when I was 13. But I was just like, wow, like, I mean, have you ever gone back to an ex, you guys?
Yeah, I did, because I broke up with an ex-boyfriend, with my most recent ex, for a couple months. We got back together, we were together for a few years. I honestly, looking back at it now, you know, I can't talk bad about it because I was in love. That was my first love. But if I can go back, I wouldn't have gotten back with him because it was just so different afterwards. You can never, bread can never be toast. Toast can never be bread.
Wow.
Yeah. X means exit.
X means
But you know what?
exit.
That's why what you could do is don't completely break up. You go on breaks. Until you're assured of it. And if you really need somebody, get somebody before you officially break up. So you know, like, I mean, don't go back. Know why you're breaking up. If the negative stuff outweighs the good stuff, then you might want to leave.
Make a pros
permanently.
And cons list.
I also think that, like, you never really break up with someone sometimes because of, like, social media. Like, I know that, like, my ex-boyfriend, like, I blocked him on Facebook. I blocked him from reading my Tumblr, but he probably still does. Stop following him on Twitter, stop following him on Instagram, because I just was not interested in his life anymore, you know what I mean? And it's like, there's so many people that, like, yeah, they're broken up, but it's like, oh, I see your Snapchat,
it's like nothing you see all the time.
I know what you're doing at all times, and it's like, are you really broken up with them if you're watching their life?
Right.
Exactly.
Well, for the longest, about, like, probably years later, I finally, me and my ex, like, we're over, like, we have no negative energy, really. I follow him on social media now. Like, he asked me to follow him on Snapchat and everything, and now I follow him. I really don't care. I'm proud of him doing what he wants to do. I just feel like, you know, don't go back because that person's character, that's who they really are. They show their colors, that's who they are, and they're not going to change. People could become better but
better versions of themselves.
as in, yes, become more mature, but the things that they do, usually it's not going to really stop. Like habits, you can't really break those bad habits.
Once you see somebody's like terrible version of themselves, once you see the worst part of somebody, like if you don't think that you can handle that, don't go back. You know, it's okay not to go back.
And especially if they do something crazy like sell your sex tape.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ray J.
Oh my God, that was like a story for like the books, like for real. That was crazy.
But it backfired on him because now Kim Kardashian is not only more famous and richer than you, but she's more relevant.
She's more relevant.
Ray J, you were relevant for one song and one song only, and that is Sexy Can I. That was a lit song, and I respect you for it.
Very legitimate song. But honestly, I feel like she's a businesswoman.
She lives up to the title. Kim K.
She's a professional manipulator. The best marketer. Amazing.
She's a businesswoman, and you catapulted her to her star status. Like, how do you feel? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm kind of like, is she paying you money underneath the table, and then like, are you guys friends really? No, look at how even Kanye West. Did you guys see the new Kanye West video, Fame? And I think it's called Famous. Love that song. And it shows Donald Trump, Ray J all laying in the bed butt naked, Chris Brown, Rihanna, and then Kanye West and Kim Kardashian sitting laying in the middle, butt naked. Ray J's in it.
Because it's inspired
they just play on it.
What was it? A painting, like a classic Renaissance painting. But I mean, honestly, like I don't know, like I would be terrified and also furious.
Or listen, cheating with your ex.
No.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Because if you cheat on
then
somebody,
why did you break up with your ex if you're still
that's
cheating
messed up.
on
That's like
someone
saying, the person you tell your spouse or whatever, don't worry about this person. Then you go back to your ex. That hurts.
I never want to hear that. Don't worry about it, because I'm gonna worry. There's a reason why I'm worried.
Don't worry about it, because you probably have a reason to.
Just tell the truth. Just be like, all right, I'm not gonna talk to this person again. Because honestly, you see it happening so much after you break up with someone. You go date that person that you told them you didn't have to worry about, because it's the person that you liked.
But at the same time, on the other side of the fence, you are now a single person. You can do whatever you want. It's someone else's business who you're spending your free time with. You might prove their point right. You might make yourself look dumb if you're with someone that you told not to worry about, but you're still free to go do that.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it. If you guys have moved on, that's your business. But
if you're moved on, you don't worry about the other person. You worry about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like not enough people worry about themselves. Like when they're single, they're like, oh, what is this person doing? What is everybody else doing? Like
you're holding on still. Move on.
Like, do you guys still follow exes on social media? Like on any
platform?
No.
Years later, because I don't have a grudge against him.
I hate everybody, so.
I did at one point, and I blocked him on Instagram. He wrote me saying, why did I block him on Facebook?
Oh my God. First of all, why do people notice when you block them?
I don't know. But
why do you notice? You care so much about me that you notice when I block you, when I don't want to see your content. That's because I don't want to see your content.
Yeah, I didn't want to see.
I don't care.
I started thinking about crap that he done. I was like, no.
Yeah, like I literally don't care about your life. Like you're mad about it. You're really salty, and I'm sorry, but I still don't care at the end of the day. So just move on. Like get over it. I don't like you. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Like.
What about getting over your ex? Do you ever feel like you ever really get over your first love?
Or you can't get over it. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you get over an ex?
You get over them because look. I don't know. If they did something really horrible to you, it's almost like if you're in an abusive relationship, you're like, I love him. No, if they did, something's wrong with you then.
I feel like, I don't know, in terms of, for me, I feel like I just noticed all of the, you notice the good things, and the great things that, the great memories that you had with them, those aren't cheapened or lessened because you were with that person who was really mean to you. But also you realize that, there's a whole picture now. You see the dark sides of them and you see the light sides of them, and I feel like that's sort of an acceptance. That's a closure for you, even if they didn't give you closure personally, it's listen,
you need that closure, especially as females. I feel like we need closure.
Absolutely.
But you know what though? Sometimes you don't always get it.
No.
And
you have to find that.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to accept that no closure is your closure.
Yeah.
And you know what happens? How you can find that? I feel like time heals.
Yeah.
I feel like because sometimes you don't get that closure. I feel like it's about bettering yourself and loving yourself and knowing your worth more. That's that closure. It's like forget it. I don't need you to sit and validate why I should be happy now or move on. Because some people I don't know what to do with myself. Love yourself.
Do something,
I have a good question. How do you feel about, let's say you're dating a guy or girl, whatever, you're dating someone and they're still cool with their ex?
Nah.
How do you guys feel about that?
That's not cute.
I'd be like, I don't know what you're doing here, but I'm not going to be a part of it, so I've got to go. I'm so sorry. I wish you well. I just don't, I don't know. I'm a firm believer, about relationships that, if I'm not completely comfortable, I'm going to say something. And if you don't change, I'm going to stay away from you. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like, you can't even say, like, I never told you. Like, I told you that I don't want you hanging out with somebody that you used to knock boots with, and what are you doing? What are you doing? You're still doing this. You're still messing with them. You're still talking to them like they're your buddy or something, and I don't know how that works. I don't see how that works.
It makes me uncomfortable. No. I would feel very uncomfortable by that.
So.
Like, I don't...
It's like, I want to hang out with you, like, if... It's just weird. It's just weird. Why would you, like... I could not. I would not feel comfortable. If I wanted someone to take, if someone wanted me to take them seriously, they couldn't be cool with their ex.
But what about revenge? Like, you guys have good revenge stories on your exes?
Well, I feel like a good version of revenge is like people realizing that they're a liar. Like, that was my best revenge personally, because I mean, my ex literally went around to every one of my friends. He actually went on my Facebook.
Oh, it's coming out to other people.
He deleted all of my friends. Yeah, he deleted all of our mutual friends. He told everybody that I was like talking mess, talking like crap about everybody, and like one of my I was just very isolated. I was like, dang, like what do I do? You know, like I'm being targeted right now. I couldn't do anything. And then eventually one of my friends was like, hey, like I don't understand like why you defriended me. And I was like, girl, I did not do that. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real about it. I haven't been on my Facebook in 3 days, and I showed up to my Facebook and there was nobody on my feed. So I don't know what's good with that. And it actually came out that he went on like my social media and he deleted my friends.
Psycho.
We were friends.
Oh my God.
And literally my revenge really is like people found out how crazy he is. I don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
This happened to me, and I'm allowed to talk about it because it happened to me. And he doesn't admit it. He won't admit it, and I don't care because you still know what you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my revenge to me.
Whack.
Being right and also being beautiful. You know what I mean?
Always stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper.
Being on this show, having the opportunities that we have now is like my revenge.
Absolutely.
And it's the best because look at that. I get a platform to talk about you and all of the things that you didn't want to hear me talk about. I love
Success, man. That's revenge. Success. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, do you have like an ex that like you really wish them well and you really like are like, wow, like I hope the best for you? Because right now I don't really have somebody like that.
I mean, I have people, not serious relationships. I have exes that people I've casually dated that I don't wish them harm and I see them doing well for themselves. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? Good for you. You're a hardworking person. It did not work out between us romantically, but you know, I see you working on yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I think that's great. I don't wish ill upon anybody unless they've done something like that to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I see his social media now. I could see his social media. He's doing his thing. He makes music, so it's interesting. I'm happy.
That's good
for people.
I don't have that same amicableness that you guys have. I just really like hate a lot.
No, yeah, if they, I'm like so over it. You know what? Because I know, especially, I think it's also because of age. I was younger. I was like 16 to probably I think it was 18 or 19, and 19. Okay, if it would have started at 19, I'd be like, you should have known better. But some things I feel like was a maturing thing.
Yeah.
But as a friend, I think he was a good friend. I think he was a horrible boyfriend.
Some people are immature. Like that. Some people are just like that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people are just better in certain areas as opposed to others. Like, for instance, like ex-friends. Like, do you guys have ex-friends? Like, people that you've cut off that you're like, wow, like, maybe, like, if things were different, like, I wish that we would still be friends. Because I have people like that. Like,
yes, I do.
My problem is, like, I'm a truth teller. Like, I'm going to tell you like it is. And I'm going to when I get bothered with you, you better watch out. Like, bad things are going to happen to you if you get on my nerves. Because I see a lot of stuff. I see so much stuff, and I don't say anything. Because it's like, you know what? That's your life. Do you, you know? Like, you're my friend. You're not doing the same things that I'm on, but it's okay, you know, because you're my friend. But once you say something that throws me off the edge, which is usually this one girl, she was like, I'm sorry I'm such a bad friend. And it bothered me because it's like, you right there are making this about you. Like, I'm already telling you that I don't like what you're doing. I didn't say you're a bad friend. I'm just saying that there's something that you're doing that I don't like. You know, and when
you think she wasn't taking responsibility for it?
It was more like, oh, woe is me. I'm so sorry. I'm such a bad person. And I was like, that's when I got pissed. Because I was like, okay.
She's being sarcastic.
Yeah, like, you want to hear how much of a bad friend I think you are? Buckle up. So I told her, I was like, listen.
Yeah, she wasn't taking any responsibility for it.
She wasn't taking any responsibility. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to, like, lay it all out about what I don't like about you. Because I don't like this. I don't like this.
Yeah, I cut people off like that.
I don't like that.
What about any advice for any young girls out there going through a breakup, whether it be with a friend, a boyfriend, whatever?
Love yourself. What I mean by, if you have your career, whatever you're doing, find your hobby, make yourself better, read a book. I
Keep
love
busy.
reading
Yeah,
because
keep busy. Fill your schedule up with like things that better you.
broaden your knowledge, expand your mind. Just go meditate and balance your chakras. Google that.
Absolutely.
If you don't know.
I mean, yeah.
There's so much things to do in life. Then worry about your ex.
Work on other relationships that aren't toxic in your life. Work on reconnecting with your friends, your old friends, your family. You know,
Do things that you felt like you couldn't do before. You know what I mean? Do things
Yes.
that you might be afraid of, like push, like not necessarily push every limit. I'm not saying go out here and do some harmful drugs or something.
Don't
like
try
that.
to fly.
No, but like if like you always wanted to like do your hair in a new style, or you wanted to get a new piercing,
Don't be
this is
afraid
the
of it.
time, you know what I mean? To
or
do the things that
if
you
your
want.
ex liked you to have long hair and you always wanted to get the short bob, get that bob.
Yeah, you
Do
know,
it.
experiment with different things and just do things that make you happy, not anybody else.
Wear
And
funky lipstick.
Own who you are. You know, my ex always said I have a big head. I probably do have a big head, but I don't care.
It's a beautiful head.
It is a beautiful
I think
head.
it's a beautiful.
And you know
head.
why? I think it was the immaturity. You know what it was? I think it's because we had to tell someone to put someone down about their looks or like make them feel like they're average. It's
You have
because
nothing
you
else to
want them to know how great they are, so your insecurities will come out and they'll leave you.
Absolutely.
Because they know they could do better than you. You
Work
know.
on yourself. I mean, my ex-boyfriend told me I was too heavy, and it made me very insecure. After we broke up, I went to the gym, and you know what? Yes, like I didn't need to lose the weight, but like me doing it for myself, like I took that power for him to make me feel bad back, because now it's like, look at that. Not only are you wrong, but now I'm doing something for myself, and I look better.
Wow.
That's great.
Wow.
Self-love. We did a show on self-love, right?
Yeah, self-love is so
important.
powerful. People
Yeah.
don't realize that.
Absolutely.
It can change your life.
It's
Definitely.
a radical act in this type of world that we live in. So
Celebrities and their relationships in the public, is that fair?
I think it's so hard. I feel so bad for celebrity romances because it's like, I mean, I think about
There's
some
a
of the drama
microscope
that goes.
on you.
Yeah, because some of the drama that goes on in my, like, you know, and I'm sure in all of our relationships we've had, you don't want that out there.
no.
Like, look at like Kylie Jenner and Tyga. Terrible example, problematic people. But everything that happens to them gets blown up. Every
Yeah.
time Tyga talks to a girl, it gets blown up on the internet.
I mean, he's not supposed to be talking to a woman, but like, you know,
But
like
we don't even know. It's like things are so looked into. You don't even know what they're talking about. You don't even know that he's still, while she was supposedly dating Party Next Door,
yeah,
and because he was in his video, whatever. Tyga was at North and the other.
oh, they're back together.
The other baby.
Oh, Penelope.
He was at the party, but at that time, people were saying, "Oh, she's dating Party Next Door." You don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're just like us. They make up. They're probably still texting. Just because in the media, a blog said, "Oh, they break up," doesn't mean they're still not trying to work it out. And that's how things get ruined. Marriages, you see, marriages in the media get ruined all the time because of what other people
I
think.
feel like people do be like, celebrities be doing crazy stuff though, like, and they think that they're like kind of like above it all because they're famous, you know, like they're just like gallivanting and doing all this unfaithful stuff, and it's like the media catches it and they're like, look at this,
Look at
this, look
Kalani.
this. But at the same time, it's like also like you have to like see that, I don't know, personally for me, I would never want like my relationship stuff to be aired out like that. Like I'm very private with my relationship life because like I just don't want anybody asking me questions. I don't want anybody like trying to find out stuff because it's not their business. You know, it's my business, and the person that I'm talking to, I'm with,
Right.
whatever it may be. And like when you have somebody constantly looking at you, constantly asking, how are you doing? Blah, blah, how's this person doing? I would be so annoyed.
You never know when Beyonce and Jay-Z break up.
Yeah.
I have
They're
a
low-key.
question for you guys. What's the best thing that you've learned from a relationship, from an ex-boyfriend? The best thing you've ever learned.
That's a hard
To always
one.
stand my ground. Like if I don't like something, like don't put up with just anything. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I feel like for so long I like put up with like dumb stuff. And like I let it slide all the time, and now I'm not like that. I'm a little too hard on people now because I'm like, if I don't like something, I have to tell you immediately, because I used to not be that person at all. Like I feel like it changed a lot about how I approached people.
Don't take anyone's crap, because you only have one life to live. You know your self-worth. Then show it to people.
Absolutely.
Don't let anyone talk down to you or
Absolutely.
disrespect you. It's so simple. We should be all respecting each other. And if someone's doing, how could you live with that? People date people for years and just taking all their crap.
I can't.
It's not
never.
acceptable.
It's
Because
not.
you know what? How you let people treat you, they're going to continue to treat you.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
For me, I feel like the most important thing I learned from an ex-boyfriend was have your own identity, because you know, like, people don't stay together forever. Like, you need to know who you are, because that's how people will treat you. Like you said before, you set a standard for how you get treated. don't ever lose track of what's important or who you are as a person. Don't lose yourself in a relationship because it's so easy to after a while when you've been with someone for so long and it's comfortable.
Have a joint identity.
Yeah. Always have your own identity.
Absolutely. Wow.
Do we have a mystery topic? Mystery topic? No.
The mystery topic is, as relationships come and go, is it easier to forgive and or is it easier to move on?
It depends on the person.
Moving on is not that hard. It's not. I mean, physically, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Emotionally, maybe
For
it takes
you.
a little time.
I feel like it really depends on the person.
Exactly.
You
Depends
know,
on the
like,
person.
I mean, like, as relationships go, like, some people just don't delve into them again because they have serious trust issues, you know what I mean? Like, they're very apprehensive of other people hurting them again. And it's really hard to learn that, like, not everyone is going to treat you the same way somebody else did. You know? Like, just like how you shouldn't take people's, like, crap, like, people are very afraid of falling into the same traps. You know what I mean?
Don't be afraid.
And it's a hard thing to unlearn, you know, that people aren't gonna demean you and hurt your feelings on purpose, you know? Like, I feel like personally that's something that was hard for me to learn.
Don't be bitter.
But
in the end, as hard as it is to forgive somebody, I feel like with my own personal struggle, I found that when I forgave an ex for hurting me, I was able to move on better. I was able to let it go and really move on. Because I'm not holding on to something. I'm not constantly just like, oh, this person hurt me and this person's going. When you let go of that, you allow yourself room to grow.
Right. You kind of take blame as well if you do that, because that's bad on your part. You're being immature. You're not hurting. You're hurting only yourself if you do that. Because I got the total opposite, and it's crazy. People are so scared. They're literally bitter and they talk badly. It's so much negative energy that they're putting on themselves, and they're missing out. Don't do that. But you know, I took it as when you were saying, I wasn't even thinking about comparing from the ex to the next person. I was just thinking about any relationship, just leaving them, like going over, how do you do with breakups? I don't know how. It's hard, especially if you really like that person.
it is hard.
And you're attached and it's been like, let's say, more than 6 months, like a year plus.
It's hard when you put your time.
And it's not like anything they did that was really devastating. Just you know, maybe let's say too much arguing or something. Like, how do you go through that?
Because you have to remember that, like, a relationship is something that you work at every day. Like, it's not something that, like, should come easy necessarily. Like, I guess, like, your chemistry should come easy, but, like, if you guys are constantly fighting and not really coming to solutions and not meeting each other in the middle, like,
where's the fun?
Yeah, like, that's a problem, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you guys can't do that for each other, then it has to be a quit, you know what I mean? You have to say goodbye because you both deserve to be happy.
You have one life to live. That's what I always think.
Yeah, you know?
Very true.
You don't know how much time you have on this earth.
Well, that is all the time that we have today for this episode. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us talk about exes.
On the Femme Spot.
Check us out on our Facebook page, The Femme Spot, and on our Twitter, @The Femme Spot. Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.